Okay, we're live. How are you today? I'm Alex.
A May?
Marco,
Hey,
yeah,
so today I'm just gonna go straight to it. Today's topic is gonna be what's happening to FTX and Binance. Now, FTX and Binance. See, I'm a layman over here, so um, I don't know what it is, except for the fact that I know that FTX and Binance are the two world's largest crypto exchange. So anyway, the reason why we got interested in this is because Marco yesterday sent me an article. What does it say? It says, let me see. Binance moves to liquidate its entire position in FTX tokens. And to me, as a layman, I don't know why that is relevant to me. But today, Marco and May is going to delve deep into this, and hopefully, you guys will find some value in it. So, anyways, Marco, can
yeah,
you please explain yourself?
yeah, sure. So as an investor, we're always thinking about like how to invest in crypto and blockchain. And so when I see news like that, I pay attention. And I did some digging, right? So about the news. And as it turns out, what I know is that FTX is one of the biggest crypto exchange in the world, like what Alex mentioned. And the cryptocurrency that was being issued by FTX is called FTT. So FTT is the token of FTX. Binance is absolutely the biggest crypto exchange in the world, which owns a lot of FTT. On November 6th, which is day before yesterday, right? Today is what, the 8th. Binance CEO CZ announced that he would liquidate all his FTT position in the next few months. And this is what he said, due to recent revelations that have come to life. And and then people started to wonder what is the recent revelations that has come to light. One version is that the CEO and founder of FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, very famous person, has been very outspoken about being compliant to regulators. And ZZ might not see it the same way. He might not see the same attitude towards regulators, and that triggered his belief in FTX moving forward, and he wants out. So that's kind of like one version of it. A darker version now that is sort of people speculate it's related to price manipulation scheme. So FTX has a company called Alameda Research. It's a company that focuses on quantitative trading, crypto quantitative trading, and this company has, reportedly 14.6 billion in asset and 7.4 billions in liability last June. So I guess it's doing really well, right? It borrows 7.4 billions and then it has 14.6 billion in asset. So that's pretty good, right? Now, in CoinDesk is a very sort of creditable media company has reported that Alameda balance sheets is dominated by FTT tokens. Still makes sense because it's a FTX subsidiary. Of course, they have confidence in FTT, which is issued by FTX. And then they also have several $1 billion of undisclosed tokens. Now, people are speculating because there's a scheme called the flywheel scheme, which is being used by stock market underwriter, at least I know stock market underwriter used to do, to pump up the stock price. And they think that, Alameda might be using the flywheel scheme, which is to use other tokens to keep buying FTT to manipulate the price of FTT. And then, in essence, pump up the valuation of Alameda. And then use Alameda valuation or the market valuation, the asset valuation of the company to raise fund, to issue more shares and get more shareholder comes in and use that money to keep buying FTT. So it's kind of like a cycle. Now, if they do it, if really that is what's going on, it's quite scary because the asset under Alameda is actually not as valuable as you think, because you cannot liquid those FTT coins because the whole market is being distorted. So we don't know what the story is. There's a darker version, and there's some less dark version of it, and I guess we just have to find out. It's a very interesting story.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
May, would you like to say something?
So, well, there's a few things going on here. I think in the whole crypto world, especially in the DeFi world, we use asset back as a collateral, staking or whatever, to issue, to create, and to pump, to create coins, to mint the coin, to back the coin, and to create the price, to generate the price. It happens all the time. So yes, it's going to be very alarming from the traditional sense, because this is something that you don't hear of much. When it comes to regulated exchange like FTX, yes, it's been doing that. But just to give you some sense of the crypto world, that the way we stake, or we use the collateral, it's much scarier if you're looking from the traditional point of view, when it comes to DeFi, and it's kind of common because it's a wild west. So what I'm trying to point here is what FTX is doing is not unheard of in the crypto space, but it is, of course, a point of concern. So there are a few things that I want to point out before we move forward. You say FTX and Alameda, like they're kind of similar in the same in the entity, like they're one of the same, right? FTX and Alameda, they support each other and they have same shareholders. And Alameda is more like a liquidity provider to FTX. So with this thing happening, like FTT's been dumped by Binance, CSAT himself, who the liquidity provider like Alameda is getting hurt. But for me, FTX, if somebody's going to get hurt, Alameda will get first, and then FTX might get it later. But the price today, everything in the market's like squeezed dry, but FTT is dropping like crazy. And one thing that you need to see from the sense of the things are FTX, like Marco says, heavily in politics and regulations, whereas Binance is more into DeFi. Everybody has governance token. FTX has FTT, Binance used BNB, and the price went up so crazy in a way that you can't believe it, both of them, right? So the thing is, like, the things that you don't hear in the traditional world happens in the crypto world. So there's the flying wheel scheme, or the asset back to pump up the price you see in everywhere. But yes, risk management is there. CC say that dumping FTT is part of the risk management scheme, but a lot of rumors say that these two people like Sam Bankman-Fried and CC don't see eye to eye, because there are lots of things. They're one of the biggest, and their philosophies are different. Sam's like into regulation side, and CC is more like Wild West. People do their own thing, and people can create and own their own asset side. So for me, CC is wilder in compare. But but bear in mind that he's richer and much, and Sam picked up super quickly, and FTX picked up quickly, but he's super rich, and when this is a money game. When you look at crypto, you look at stock market, it's money game. So the one with a lot of stakes, with a lot of ships, with a lot of money, always have like the higher card. So I think I just want to show out the dynamic here.
Yeah.
And to put in the personal perspective a little bit on this, I'm a serious trader, professional trader, and first I used Binance, and Binance was the best one at the time, which was 3-4 years ago. And then came along FTX, and I must say that FTX has done, from the user point of view, it captures a lot of traders, serious trader, just because FTX provides facilities and infrastructures for we traders to trade conveniently, and we can use a lot of bots because we have a software house doing financial software items too. So it's more convenient. So from the personal point of view, I still like the product of FTX, and I still wish that they're doing well because I really need this. Otherwise, it's going to make my life so much more difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. And I can imagine that will happen to a lot of people. And so I guess that bears the questions that it might be kind of like a competitor sort of fighting scheme, right? So if the biggest crypto exchange destroy the second biggest crypto exchange, then what does it say? He got to capitalize the whole market. So there is that theory, right?
Yeah. But
So
I think the very question is, what do we do?
well, that's what I want to bring it up because I'm gonna be honest. I was listening to this at first. I'm keeping track, and also and it was so if I could boil down for you guys, and if you guys could please summarize for us. So basically, two of the biggest crypto exchange now has some conflict in the sense that Binance, which is the largest one, they dumped a lot of the currency of the second largest one, like, sponsored by second largest one, in suspicion of foul play and market manipulation. Sorry. And then, and as a result, but May is saying that what FTX is being accused of is actually not completely unheard of. But if somehow people lost confidence in FTX and maybe in a sense even in the whole crypto system, because this just kind of shows how fragile the whole crypto system is, it might actually spell some very big misfortune for everybody. Is that correct?
Oh, totally. Yes, you're right on the money. Yes.
And right now,